Greetings, everyone, and we're doing Jova's favorite movie of the Predator franchise.
Original
We're,
joke.
it's
Original
The
joke.
Predator,
Of course.
2018. I have no idea what to expect with this. All I just know is that there's pain and misery in this.
Let me put it
I'm
like
scared.
this. If you've done your research for Predator by watching all the previous movies, you will have a clear textbook guide as to, well, just a fraction of what's wrong with this movie. Because trust me,
that the franchise peaked with the first one.
okay, trust me, I wish the fact that this is just an insult to the franchise was the worst thing this movie did. But no, this
Is
movie.
it a good movie on its own?
Nope! This movie goes above and beyond to be an insult to humanity while we're at it. And it's weird, you'd think that of all people to write the franchise, it would be a guy from the original film. Shane Black himself. Who would have
Along
thought?
with the
Director and co-writer.
along with his other writer Fred Dekker, who has done some other films that I haven't seen, but I have seen RoboCop 3.
Decker is
Yeah.
not really the best filmmaker, but hey, because he and Shane Black are bros, he had to come along. Okay, so Shane Black. I don't really consider Shane Black that good a director. I don't think that he is a complete talentless hack. He has occasionally given us good stuff like The Nice Guy and...
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Yes, those two things.
and Iron Man 3.
No, I don't really think Iron Man 3 is good. The more I think about it, the more I find problems with it. And the fact that it made a joke of Tony Stark's PTSD was probably a premonition of things to come with this movie.
Well, to be fair, Iron Man 2 made a joke about his alcoholism.
Doesn't excuse either one of it. Regardless, though. So, but yeah, it's good you bring up Iron Man 3 because Iron Man 3 coming in making oodles of money suddenly made Shane Black a big name in the director field, as being a part of the MCU tends to do. So, of course, he was approached to help out with the latest movie in the Predator franchise.
Actually,
The
very
Predator.
very soon actually after I finished Iron Man 3, because it was in June 2014 that where Fox announced the partnership with Shane Black. But the movie generally took 4 years to be made.
Oh,
And-
there was a lot of development hell. Enough for this to get an episode of What Happened.
But get this, Arnold was supposed to come back, but once again he refused. This time because he decided he thought that the role that he was given was a too short a cameo.
That, and he read the script, and
Well,
has
that's my guessing.
No. We actually do know from Matt McMuscles' video, he didn't like the script either. He did not like the script.
So explain Terminator Dark Fate then.
Yeah.
Not everybody is
That's a story
perfect.
for another day, please.
I guess Paramount paid more, but
Well, hey, at least with that one, he got
not
more
just that,
money out of it.
It's not just that, Taylor. Remember, James Cameron and Arnold are huge friends, so most likely it was just from their perspective, it was just two friends reuniting to do some stuff and blah blah.
But get this, at some point there was consideration of having, of all people, 50 Cent in a prominent role of a movie. Even though in the end he decided to drop out, but still.
I wish I could say
was it
that
because of Halloween. Was it
I
because of
don't.
Halloween?
It's not mentioned here.
I wish I could say that was the weirdest thing to do with this movie, but that's just digging the surface.
But last thing to mention before we started, just for precision, it was actually released in early September 2018 with a budget of 88 million and grossed, very painfully, mind you, 160.5 million. The point is that it wasn't nearly enough to break even.
Not to have mentioned, yes, technically this was at the time the highest grossing film in the series. Here's the thing, it was one of the worst when it came to profits. Like, look at Predators. That one had a $40 million budget, so it had an easier time profiting and grossing well. This one is technically a bomb since it didn't make twice its budget.
It's the same problem that the Battleship movie had. Too much of an inflated budget for this, and not to mention, sadly, the movie also had several reshoots and rewrites, which this is a case, sadly, that it will be very noticeable through the movie, similar to the first Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
One last thing to mention before we start, Dwebs, you might want to get that out.
But yeah. It's so it doesn't bug over the whole commentary. There was a lot of quite a bit of backlash against the film when it turned out that Shane Black cast his friend as in a cameo role, as he did with Iron Man 3 and
Steve
Nice
Wilder, in
Guys.
case you need to know.
Steve Wilder, who was a convicted sex offender.
He
And,
cast him as a guy who was going to creep out on the main female protagonist. He cast a sex offender as a sexual predator.
And when Olivia Munn found out about the guy's history, she contacted Fox, and asked them to cut the scene out, which they did.
And yes, it did
And-
make things very awkward behind the scenes.
And yet she was the one that got shunned.
What?
Yes.
Thanks, Hollywood, again.
Let me put it like this. This
This
movie did not do wonders for Olivia Munn's career on any front. And mind you, this was already her coming off of the not so hot X-Men Apocalypse film where she played Psylocke.
Which is sad. It wasn't her fault.
Oh no,
Also,
it definitely
Really
was
had
not her
anything to
fault.
do.
After this, she still made movies and TV roles, but it's very unnoticeable stuff, so her career still has to recover. But I think
Alright,
we
but
did
let's-
long enough. So where should we start, Edge?
Start at 0.
Before the Fox logo. Take
Before
us
the
away,
Fox
please.
All right, count down in 3, 2, 1, click.
You know, I think it should be pointed out, but one of the main covers for this movie is literally something holding a predator's disembodied head with its
It's not even
spine
that.
there.
It's not even that, Jova. It very resembles the basically. How can I explain this? An image that's commonly used for memeing, non safe for work website, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Basically, though, the cover pretty much says, "Yep, we're killing the predator," like I warned during our original Predator commentary. Oh, Shane Black will be back to get his revenge on the predator that killed him.
Space, the final frontier.
Oh
should we start
God,
with
one
that
of a
movies?
many product in the long line of mistakes 20th Century Fox made. Like, yeah, folks, don't get me wrong, the Disney buyout is unfortunately becoming of a monopoly, but let's not act like 20th Century Fox were like this spotless bout of geniuses whose talent was suddenly drained when Disney bought
And
them.
they were the ones that wanted to be sold.
Jovi, you didn't tell me this film was secretly a Star Trek film.
No. You see, actually, it's an Independence Day film because our Predator literally comes in knocking out a
What a
satellite.
bland-looking title.
Yeah, what Edgy said. Fox was the one that put their film division on sale to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
And
So
it-
just blaming Disney for that is a bit disingenuous.
and
So
I
it's like,
repeat,
if
and
Disney
I
wasn't
repeat.
gonna buy them, it was gonna be Comcast. And I'm like,
which
I don't.
would be
That's-
which would be much worse.
Yeah.
prospect, actually.
Yeah, I'll say this.
So
Better Disney than Comcast. So yeah, we
So,
start
yeah.
off with a Predator, of course.
yeah, again, also pay attention to McGuffin, this pod, and the thing that the Predator pulled on his gauntlet.
Oh God.
So there he is, making his escape.
Leaving the pod behind. Also, did John Williams did the score for this? Obviously not, but
It was
No.
Henry Jackman.
clearly
Oh,
wanting to
whoa.
be John Williams, I guess.
Man, Henry Jackman tends to have a bit of iffy luck with
He's
films.
very up and down.
Yeah.
And all
But
around.
So his kids' movies all are full of great scores. So I guess he's kind of the new Hans Zimmer of sorts.
I still
where,
wonder what was up with him during Captain America: Winter Soldier's score.
yeah, that was weird because I
think he was trying too hard to be Hans Zimmer in that one.
it's the pro. But if you listen to his scores in Puss in Boots, the Wreck-It Ralph films,
Oh, he did Puss in Boots. Nice.
Detective Pikachu, Winnie the Pooh 2011. He also did that one. Like his scores for kids films are awesome.
Anyway,
I'll argue a score for X-Men First Class was better.
Here we have
anyway,
the team of our main hero. Originally, it was supposed to be played, believe it or not, by Benicio del Toro, but instead it was replaced just a month after the original announcement by Robert Boyd Holbrook,
Holbrook.
a person which I don't think I know much about. Oh, it was. Oh no, right! It was the pretty boy with that we talked about in Logan. Donald Pierce.
Oh yeah, he was actually pretty good in that.
And he's supposed to actually star in the fifth Indiana Jones movie.
Huh.
Well, I mean, at least he doesn't allow the ship to distract him, so,
Okay, but yeah, here's problem number one here. The music feels...
very Star Warsy.
Yeah, not Predators-ish. Now, I don't recall which interview it was, but I do recall at some point it was said that the makers of this film wanted the Marvel audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I mean, I guess Fox's logic was, well, we want the Marvel audience, get someone who did a Marvel film.
Because it did so much wonders for Star Wars.
Well, it worked well with Wizard of Oz.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Fox didn't do that with Star Wars.
Which Wizard of Oz?
Well, here's the thing. Back when MGM made the original Wizard of Oz film, their idea was actually to get the Disney Snow White audience. So it's like this is Hollywood has always done this kind of stuff. It's always been a
Hollywood likes to follow trends. The problem with the Marvel audience, that means like that usually comes off as condescending the audience. Not the MCU. It's just it's something I've noticed.
Oh,
it's not even. I'll mention later because this is important. Our sniper guy has found the Predator ship, or at least the pod. I think I forgot which of the two.
Now this is pod racing.
Aha.
A spare mask.
I'm going to become the Predator.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Jova, no.
Oh, it's a.
Sorry, Dad, you're going to blame for yourself on this one.
And I know what you're thinking, Dej. It's not what you think.
Also,
you will see.
Okay, Jova, I don't know jack shit about the military, but are people like snipers still having in dotation a Desert Eagle as a simple firearm? It feels very generic.
I mean, some do, but I think that they would have more than just that.
No, I mean, I get the idea of having a small firearm for personal protection in close range in case something happens, but a Desert Eagle, it feels, I don't know, very unpersonal. Oh.
Well,
yeah.
well.
Remember the whole voice tracking thing. Oh.
Hey, that looks familiar. So there he is, hung.
By the way, compared to the previous movie, this one is once again R-rated. Sadly, this is not enough to save the movie. If anything, it actually can potentially sabotage it.
The last one we saw was PG-13.
They've said it was like 15 rated?
Yeah, which is the equivalent of an R rating in the States.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Okay, so I just want you to remember that the Predator did string up that guy like Predators normally do. Remember that for later. It's going to be very, very important.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that.
It's remember to like a PG-13 is all the way up to 13 years old, and and then for 15.
And there you go, the Predator's beaten.
Yeah, one shot by a very casual bullet of a device.
He didn't even trigger the shot.
Yeah.
This
seriously
is one of many, 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 many stupid things.
Way to diminish your threat.
But he's not dead.
And apparently somehow his face was revealed by dripping blood onto it. No, that's not how that works.
If anything, you should short circuit, but then again, this is just again another prelude of things to come when it comes to retcons.
We're just going to ignore all Predator logic in general. Okay.
Oh,
gotcha.
You wish Predator we did.
No idea.
For example, this ball.
What do you think?
I know what you're thinking. What this ball has been shown up in any of the previous movies. So what does he do? Is it a nifty new gadget? Well, we'll have to wait and see exactly what it does. But no, to answer what Reeves and Deji were mentioning before, yes, that's the thing. Like Pedro said, it is been, since the dawn of time. Hold on, here's our bad guy, which is played by, I forgot the name, Sterling Kelby Brown. This is as cartoony as you can get with this guy.
He even chews Nicorette gum to show you he's the bad guy.
Whatever the hell that means.
Well, don't you see? It's a substitute for smoking.
Okay, let me see. He was
It's like tobacco. So yeah.
Sure, I know that. Oh, it was in Black Panther. The same year, actually. Then the next one in Angry Birds 2 and Frozen 2.
Black Panther was a better movie than this.
Well, no shit.
I have a gun.
Oh, great. He has been a recurring role in Big Mouth.
It's a gun requirement of entry.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me do it. No shit.
Yeah. Also, but yeah, the problem at that, Tangent Waves, is that nowadays there is a huge influx of, bad writers and directors, or even those who had experience. Who had a problem.
No.
Yeah, apparently the whole invisibility of a predator is not anymore a gadget that they have, but having that ball in your possession.
That is.
I thought it was part of their armor.
It was.
Isn't that a gadget, though?
It was a part of their armor. It was not a metallic silver ball.
Okay,
that's not even the fact. It's not even a fact. Sure, you can activate it by pressing it, but this guy just ingest it.
Yeah, you can turn it invisible and yet you try and hide it.
Because,
So, basically...
Also, by the way, this is a Halloween movie.
So basically what you're telling me is that at this point, why is this even a Predator movie?
Oh, don't worry, Pedro.
Oh boy, this kid.
Okay. From what I've heard, Jacob Tremblay's performance isn't the problem.
No, it was how he was directed.
It's literally the writing. Don't worry, Dweebs. It will become apparent in just a second.
Do you know who Jacob Tremblay played recently?
Who?
Go ahead.
Luca Paguro.
Oh my.
So, at the very least, he went on to do better things. So you can take solace in that.
Basically, Jacob...
So yeah, we got these two bullies who know this kid has autism, and obviously... people with autism, at least with some form.
And the teacher is not doing anything.
Reacts very badly to
No, I have to speak up to this. As someone who's worked in a school, no teacher would do this.
Where's the special needs counselor to help this?
Oh my god!
Would never.
Oh god, here we go. Yeah. Asperger. Ha! Oh god.
Hilarious.
Shoot the script.
Community did the joke better.
This is what we like to call the 90s interpretation of a school. A place where all teachers are assholes, everybody's an asshole except for the nerdy kids.
Okay, so not only...
Teachers can be jerks, but it's like, this is part of your job.
Anyway, this is Rory McKenna, our main protagonist's son, who has autism. Problem! In typical Hollywood fashion, his autism is inconsistent, and, Dwibs, I think you'll be able to maybe help us figure out, just what is wrong with how they portray somebody with Asperger's in this?
Well, I'm not sure if he has Asperger's per
se.
It shares a lot of characteristics with autism, but it's not exactly the same
It's
thing.
actually that way, that's why the bully used that hilarious pun.
Okay, alright. Okay, that's not autism, that's OCD.
See, the problem is like...
I don't know exactly for sure for that, but again...
Just choose one.
Okay, here's the problem. In typical Hollywood fashion, they, one, have him take multiple bouts from different bouts on the spectrum. Also, holy cow, passive-aggressive note, mother. I get it to joke, but your son has autism. Maybe you should, be more candid with him? Do this or I will quote him. Also, Gary Chalk, no! Get out of this movie while you can, bud!
What is Gary Chalk doing here?
Wasn't Gary Chalk in Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, on
he's
several
the voice actor of Grounder.
Yeah, he's the voice actor.
I feel maybe Dwibs can watch this movie, but I kind of feel like the Power Rangers 2017 movie did a better job at representing autism.
Well, I mean, it hasn't made me that didn't make me raise an eyebrow, so...
Oh, trust me, this one goes places.
Also... Okay. This is... Okay, in case you're wondering, wait a minute, why is Olivia Munn's character looking so baffled and that? I think, from what I can tell, this was the scene where that scene with that sex predator got cut.
Basically, the scene with the sex predator was supposed to establish something, but because they cut it out and didn't, replace it with something, we're immediately going to cut to her in the science division.
Again, the cuts and the reshoots will be very noticeable as the movie goes on. It's a little patchwork.
And the reason for some of the reshoots is terrible.
Alright, okay. The one I can forgive...
Sorry, go on.
The one I can forgive is the one cutting out the pedophile.
My point is, why didn't they replace it with something, though? Because...
Also, there you go. They actually acknowledged the second movie, Drova.
Yes, they did. That's the thing. They do reference 1 and 2 a lot.
And they specifically mentioned that the visits had more frequent scenes than, even though we technically haven't seen them, because Predators was basically literally on a different planet.
Again, Dibs, my apologies, but Predators probably gets the least recognition out of all of them. Yes, even compared to the AVP movies.
So, let me get this straight. Okay, I haven't seen AVP, so I won't go too much into that. But they decide to take more inspiration from a film that can't decide its tone, and add 2 movies that the first one wasn't even that great in the first place, of what I heard, and the second one was even worse, instead of a decent follow-up to the first movie.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still prefer Predator 2 over Predators, but I won't act like Predators was a step in the wrong direction or anything. It needed better stuff. Also, and Jesus, these cuts.
Yeah, seriously, we're having like 4 different subplots alternating between each other, and we're having these quick cuts which make things go not go in any way smoother or anything. This is not lost to people.
Yeah, things aren't really ending; they just sort of stop.
By the way, because the bad guy is cartoonishly bad, now he's framing Sniper Guy for the murders that the Predator committed.
You know what I love? Sniper Guy assumed that the Predator stuff was going to be evidence before he got played as the patsy. So either a scene got put in and out of order, or the script is just that bad. Either one may suffice.
How about both?
I do feel for Boyd Holbrook, actually. He gave a pretty good performance in Logan, in spite of the fact that he was just transitioning from a modeling career.
Well, again, his career is still going, so we'll have to see how it turns out. He's even having a role for the Sandman series.
It really is. Okay, this is really about where, questionable casting choices aside, the cast are not to blame for this. In fact, I really do feel sorry for Sterling K. Brown. He was really excited to play the villain of this, but
yeah,
you'll see. You will see.
For the time being, the kid might as well check out what the stuff that actually got sent by email. Not email, sorry, but by mail. Correspondence.
Basically,
it's the Predator mask.
Yes, Quinn originally sent out it to his P.O. box, but because apparently he hadn't paid his bills or something, it got sent to his house. No, that's not how it works.
Well, I mean, apparently
get sent back.
Well, the postman said that he kept missing his P.O. box fees.
Yeah.
So they sent it to his house, which, no, that is not how it works. But
the gauntlet.
Oh, but get ready, folks. The stupidity is about to hit a new scale. Okay, overall, Dwibs, again.
Also, World of Goo.
Oh, how
cute.
Nice.
Yeah, I should get to playing that game.
So, Dwibs, ignoring the fact that obviously this is not the kid's fault, how accurate would you say his portrayal of Asperger's has been so far?
It's about as accurate to autism as
any Hollywood movie that does it.
Well, I mean, I need to think of a good analogy.
As to mixed personality disorder.
I mean, okay. To be fair to you, there have been some good Hollywood movies.
The only good example that I can think of is the movie that Pedro showed to me and Shiro, Marion Max.
I got it.
Marion Max, yeah.
This is about as accurate to autism.
Oh no. Okay.
Wait. Hold on. Let Dwibs answer.
Sorry.
This is about as accurate to autism as simple Jack was to people with a low IQ, and that film was meant as a parody of those kinds of movies.
Speaking of being disrespectful, get ready because this bus is full of people that are supposed to represent any particular mental or emotional illness.
Keegan Michael Kill, what are you doing in a Predator movie?
Okay, from what I've heard, one of the main problems with this movie is that for it trying to be more like a 80s, 90s action movie, not only does it do it badly, but it also doesn't really update it like that much at all.
Okay. So you know how, at least with the first two Predator films, we could say that we had a likable and capable cast of characters.
Oh.
And at least with Predators, we could say that the characters were interesting. Well, most of them. The characters are not interesting, they're actually very cringeworthy when not outright offensive, and they are not funny or endearing in the slightest.
Also good timing.
So here's the main problem with Shane Black. The man loves his crass humor, to the point where you have to wonder if he was literally his character from the original Predator film brought to life. 'Cause holy cow! Hey guys, the characters of these characters is that they all have mental deficiencies due to PTSD and whatnot here and there. Now laugh at that!
Okay.
His thing is that he does weird stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Punisher here, yeah, no, seriously, that's the Punisher, Thomas Jane, he has Tourette's.
And as you can imagine, it's the Hollywood way of representing Tourette. Basically, the exact thing that South Park made fun of in one episode.
So what is that? Can you explain it to me?
Ideally would be essentially a function of your brain that normally blocks you for literally talking the first thing that comes to your mind, in non sequitur ways, that has some kind of deficiency, or at least that's the more superficial way. There's even ramification to your entire movements and everything. But Hollywood just prefers to talk about, the speech thing because it sounds funny. If you are having like a normal conversation and out of nowhere you start to mention eat your pussy,
Has any of you guys seen Finding Dory?
Yeah.
Not yet.
That's been way too long.
I'm not an expert on it, but I think Finding Dory did they do the whole portray how it's like to be in Dory's case short-term memory.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're specifically talking about Tourette's because there are a good portion of movies that do actually do their.
That bit was actually funny. The guy constantly saying, "Is the room stretching?" And then his colleague is like, "Really? You do this every single time, man."
It's a reference to Haunted Mansion from Disney World. And hey, Sean Keyes. Hey, don't we know someone by the name of Keyes in the Predator franchise?
It's the son of Gary Busey's character, which is played by Gary Busey's son. Also, there was the spear from AVP.
Okay, why do they have these on display and not,
Not to mention the spear of the first AVP movie was literally like buried in Antarctica. How did they got that?
Top men.
Okay, to be fair, the girl in that movie did survive, technically. So you mean to tell me she was rescued after all?
Oh, God. So they brought her in because she's a geneticist. Why did they bring a geneticist in?
And they did capture the Predator, that sniper guy, injured.
For an alien creature?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
sure, why not?
God, we're about to get to it.
Okay, considering what the bad guy just said, I wonder if that phrasing was intentional considering the scene that was cut away with the molester.
Ow.
I wouldn't put it past Shane Black. Also, Olivia Munn's character, she is not endearing despite how much the movie clearly wants you to like her. In fact, she comes off as a condescending know-it-all more often than not. And yes, it does suck. So we now officially are calling it Predator. In story, mind you. Oh!
Fuck off with that.
Okay! Pretentious people out there. You know cats, those things we like to have as pets? Yeah, to paraphrase some Decker Shadows video, my cat kills things that it doesn't eat, and it's still a predator. Oh, get it?
Oh, this one too.
Get it? Get it? Play on words. Instead of ugly, she said
Decker
beautiful.
Shadow?
Yes.
Huh.
You watch him too?
Yeah.
Oh, he had choice words
Also,
to say.
this, we're not done with the stupid retcons. Now, it seems that this predator has human DNA spliced into it.
Oh, that is a premonition for the absolute middle finger this movie sticks into things. But first, another terrible line's about to come up. Here we go. Is it any wonder that her career kind of went downhill after this movie? Also, they showed a clip from Predator 2, only it was dated...
And they had the dates of the films' releases.
That's not how it was! It was in 1997, you dickhole! And secondly, the first one was from Predator, except Dutch never had a camera on him. Who took that picture?
Not even the survivor from the camp village had a camera. Nobody had one.
Good Lord, God.
What? Oh, God.
Okay, I'm gonna mention this because it's noticeable. What I really like, Dark Lord Shadow's review of Clipless Ruby's movie, he makes the mistake of believing that the boss simply, out of nowhere just went to the destination of the lab. But instead, in the movie, it actually is explained that, that the scientist girl wants sniper guy because he was in contact with the Predator. So the movie does have a justification for that. I'll give that for what it's worth.
And as for one of the actors in this movie, someone who was an operative of Project Stargazer, Francois Yip, who played Colin in this film, was also in Aliens vs. Predator Requiem as Miss Yutani. So she doesn't seem to be able to catch a break.
I'm guessing she was a background role in this one, though?
Yeah. Okay, if I recall correctly, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation intervenes around the end of Requiem to do something. I will not mention what it is because it's kind of a spoiler.
By the way, fun fact, Thomas Jane, the Punisher who plays the guy with Tourette's, his name is Baxley. His character was named after Craig R. Baxley, the stunt coordinator of the original 1987 film. How nice.
I'm sure he would be so proud.
But he's still alive, so...
Given the reputation this film has, I don't know if he's too proud of that. Anyway, here's the other Predator ship that was chasing the first Predator ship.
I thought they were replaying the first scene again.
No, this is another one.
Engaged, and dear God, that font looks generic.
It's literally Times New Roman, I think. And also...
Wait, question.
Hold on, Dej, give me a second. There you go, Dweebs. In true Hollywood tradition, because thanks to movies like Rayman, the kid manages to miraculously figure out very correctly how the gauntlet is supposed to work, and now he's going to engage in basically a hacker fight between this Predator and himself.
So it's kind of like how Yugi was the only one who figured out the Millennium Puzzle.
Basically, Dibs, what this movie is suggesting is
that... fair, it took Yugi years to figure out the puzzle. Well,
actually, no, that
yeah, Joe, but don't worry, I get your point. That apparently the people who made this film think that being autistic automatically means you can figure stuff out in like a millisecond.
Bibbs, it will get worse.
Well, I'm not. Well, Colby not exactly very impressed by that.
Just wait and see.
According to the manga, Dej, it took him only a few days.
Yeah, it was. Remember that it was the grandpa's property. He tried for a long while, but he couldn't. But Yugi was like, "Look, sign me up."
You know what's sad?
What?
I know we've been doing a film that that horribly butchers something that each of us are. And I was really disappointed. I didn't think a Predator film would be the one to horribly butcher autism.
Again,
it's almost as if
worse.
it doesn't actually belong in here.
It's not a.
How do you not have soldiers here?
I don't know.
Like, you think of something this secure.
I don't know.
There they are, but we're very inefficient at their job.
It's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's a game. But this Attorney 3 clearly showed me that Takumi doesn't know how restaurants work.
Well, Pedro. As we mentioned before, he does make it a point that restaurant is terrible. So that was kind of the point there.
I guess.
Also, yeah, the Predator just slaughtered basically an entire room, both full of guards and scientists, including ones that did not do anything.
And of course, he has to take her clothes off because.
Well, okay, this is actually
because it's a woman in a Hollywood movie.
Okay. To be fair, this is one of the few things they do get right to the Predator lore. How if you basically strip down and have, like, no weaponry on you, the Predator will more or less spare you.
Yep.
Or at the very least ignore you.
That being said, Joe, that still doesn't explain the empty-handed bellboy debacle. That was just
Again. To be fair, that was obviously Phoenix grasping at straws, trying to extend the trial given the circumstances.
Edgeworth agreed, though. Edgeworth agreed with him. That's
also, okay.
Pedro, remember, Edgeworth was working with him because Edgeworth knew that something was up in that regard.
Okay, I also wonder if Shane Black wanted to be cute and reference.
Ugly mother.
I wonder if Shane Black wanted to be cute and reference that scene in Alien 3 where the alien snoops in and almost kills Ridley in the shower.
So she's obviously been terrified, so clearly she will want to stay away from that thing.
Also, the Predator knows how to operate human firearms.
Hey, guys! Ready for some nostalgia bait? The Predator is going to use the helmet from the 1987 film.
Yay.
And somehow he is able to connect to his current helmet with
and
the
conveniently analyzes the entire room that he can see, which does include a map that the poor kid had in his basement.
Like, no, that is never how it worked.
Okay. To be fair, in all the years that have advanced between movies, to suggest that nothing ever in a Predator would ever be upgraded is a bit weird.
Of course. However, upgrades or not, why would that unrelated helmet somehow be able to connect to his helmet specifically?
And mind you, it's an old model from 87. Remember, that thing could barely actually see the heat vision of the targets.
Yeah.
At best, it should be unusable by the roughness or something.
Okay, that point I understand. Compatibility issues.
Oh wait, this bit. So, Olivia Munn's character is going to chase after...
What does that even mean?
Basically, she's going to chase after the Predator. Yep!
No, but I don't even know...
Space animal?
Yeah, I don't even know what that line is supposed to mean.
No, because remember, she said that she always wants to see a space animal before, but it's like, not the way I imagined it. Kind of like how Dweb saw Yoshi in the Mario movie and said, not my Yoshi.
Yeah.
So, again, I kid you not, Dr. Brackett, the woman who was literally cowed into fear by that alien, is now chasing after it, intent on capturing it herself. She's gonna try and capture it herself. Like, what?
Brilliant.
God.
Laugh.
So, look. Now look. Oh, God.
Guys.
No, Deds, you are not walking out of this one.
I'm more frustrated because I have alcohol, but I cannot use it.
Okay, so look, it's one thing to have bad comedy in a bad comedy film. Like, you'll at least have some idea of what you're getting into when you're walking into a bad comedy film. But to have bad comedy in a film of a franchise that normally does not prioritize comedy, that is just downright insufferable, you jacks.
And yes, the inmate manages to take over the entire bus full of military people.
I mean, to be fair, Predator has always had those dumb one-liners or the comic relief character.
Of course, yes.
You know what, Dej? They were actually funny, both for the time they were made and the even the aging of the future. This is cringe.
Not only that, but
I think the better argument is like the jokes aren't funny rather than there shouldn't be jokes.
No, Dej. I didn't say that there shouldn't be jokes. My point.
Okay.
My point is that this film, unlike the other films in the franchises, prioritizes comedy over other tones. Like, again, one thing. Humor was never prioritized in Predator. Could it happen?
Think this is how.
Oh, God.
Go on, Trevor, but just, another dumb scene is about to happen.
And that's the thing. The film is at its funniest when it's not trying to be funny.
Question.
What?
Was Josh Wheaton involved in this movie in any way, shape, or form?
No. Oh, God, that would have just been the absolute nuts on the crap cake if he were, but no, he wasn't.
I think it's now, actually.
Okay, so Science Lady is going to go and capture the Predator on her own.
She's on his tail.
She doesn't have military training. She has barely handled a firearm ever. What is she thinking?
Now, to be fair, she does have a tranquilizer gun. It's not really an actual, proper firearm. So it's more manageable for someone without training. I can't believe that. It's still why she wants to go Leroy Jenkins with this.
And she literally jumped on top of a bus. A moving bus.
This is...
Yes?
You see, I saw this coming, and even then it's like...
Wait for it. It gets even better.
She shoots him, and it works.
Nope. Think dumber.
They run him over.
Think...
Shit.
Think dumber, Dej.
The Predator
She
manages to shoot herself in the foot.
She shot herself.
Okay. I'm officially declaring the people in this movie, and I'm officially declaring natural selection. These characters are officially too stupid to live.
You can say that again.
Nature will play its course. These creatures are supposed to be extinct to leave room for the actual smart people who can.
Hey guys, get to the choppers! Get it?
Man.
The motorcycles! Oh God, this movie
is making us wish we were watching the first movie.
We're not even halfway through this movie.
We're gonna need a bigger shovel.
We need a lot of hemp before we're through.
Yeah.
I'm really wishing this film was a sequel to Predators right about now.
Well, that's the thing. It technically is. It just ignores Predators a lot. And
now that guy wants to kill the scientist lady. Yeah, really.
Me thinks maybe this had something to do in the original script, but given that we're going off of the reshot version,
and now they're starting a romantic subplot with these two.
Gee, Dej, why would you think that?
Wait, guys, ready for another stupid scene?
Oh, this, I forgot.
So the Predator literally slaughters them all.
And
the driver asks, "Oh, is everything okay back there?"
Okay, I accept that.
No,
sure.
No.
After shooting yourself with a tranquilizer gun.
That's the thing. Dej, it would be funny if it was something that the other characters did. The Predator is not really for comedic timing.
And not only that, but you're a military man.
Guess what we bring back from Predators? The dog. The dogs with a different design.
Yeah, here's the thing. Those aren't the same dogs from Predators. Like, again...
They are supposed to be like the same species, but they look different.
Let me put it like this.
different breed of dogs.
Let me put it like this. Here's the stupid.
Also, this is one of the scenes from the reshoots, in case you need to know.
So here's the stupid thing about the Predator dogs design in this movie. They're literally dogs with predator heads on top of them. That's like if we had dogs with human heads on them. Like, just why? Now, this may have to do with the original script of the movie, which, from what we've heard, was supposedly even more of a mess than this movie as it is.
In some ways, it resembled more the original, in a sense that around this point, the team, along with Sniper Guy, was supposed to be picked one by the Predator, like in the first movie, and the climax would have been slightly different as a result. We'll get to that when we get to that. But either someone at Fox or the director or the Shane Black did not like how the results was going on, and so the entire story had to be rearranged with the characters, living until the end at the very least. Meaning that a lot of reshoots had to be done for including characters who were not supposed to be in scenes that previously had them.
And mind you, the entire script got leaked, so we knew what it was. Essentially, humans were actually going to be working with some predators against these predator abominations that the U.S. government had made.
Also, similar to the Social Network, that special effect of him, extinguishing the cigarette on his tongue, that was CGI'd.
Wait, and we literally transported them inside the hotel room. Again, part of them reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, this scene has its own stupidity in writing.
Comedy.
I sing to her when she wakes up.
No.
Shane, did you wanted to reference No White and the Seven Dwarfs with this?
Yeah, I was like, is that what they were?
I don't
even know.
Nobody has called you that in the entire movie.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't even understand what the fuck is going on at this point.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I am convinced. This is not a movie. This is something this was literally made up on the fly. I'm not even kidding when I say that. Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, seriously, what did you think? They will give you a freebie shotgun with all the shells inside.
Like, look, they're insane, not stupid.
It's like that bit in Battlefield Earth where they robbed the gun store and they tried to use the guns on the bad guys, but the bad guys, for as stupid as they've been before the movie, weren't so stupid as to leave their guns loaded.
Also, lady, not for nothing, you're the one who jumped on top of our bus and shot yourself in the foot with a trank gun. The fact that we came back to save you probably should give you something of a sign. Oh, God.
Oh, this. Hey, let's bring back everyone's favorite moments for stuff like Iron Man 2. Pointless bickering that's probably improvised by the actors.
I guess since it's Shane Black doing this, also Iron Man 3 as well.
Okay, to be fair, that one did not really had this, so I'm guessing Feige did actually told him to cut that shit or something.
But true, yeah, Marvel audience and all that. Oh God, that.
Do they think that Marvel audiences are idiots?
If I had to guess, they probably have the stereotypical man, the whole thing that Rob and Doug Walker love to say. They say, well, the chart says, where they have focus groups and stuff like that, but they genuinely believe there is an audience for this kind of thing. Sure. Why did you admit that? It was the Predator. Fuck.
Why? Oh, God. No! Shut up! You stupid movie!
Oh my God.
Again,
Well,
you're...
I mean, you guys said they hunt for sport.
Yes, but they're being pedantic about it for the sake of making fun of a title.
And that's the thing. They're still predators, technically. And again,
Okay,
why
here's
even...
the thing, Gribbs. It's like if in the middle of a Terminator movie they started arguing about the meaning of the labeling of a Terminator for the T-800 or any of its superior models.
And mind you, this is being done by Shane Black, someone who's been around since the original. Do you think he was leaving his mark by doing this? Like, no,
Yes.
It's just irritating more than anything.
Yes,
and again...
that's exactly what it was.
And like we mentioned, inaccurate.
Despite being made for adult, the Predator mask is perfectly compatible with the head of a child.
Oh, God.
Oh, by the way, the Predators are experimenting on each other, injecting shit. What does this mean?
You know what? Guys, I'm gonna be real. This is probably the most condescending movie I've seen from a major studio in a long time.
Don't worry, it gets worse.
Like, I thought Justice League was bad. Well, this is...
Anyway, to answer your question from before that, these two are separated.
Oh, okay.
I think they are...
Yes, they are.
That explains a lot.
Was that like Don't Starve instead?
Yeah. Because that tech totally looked like video games. Oh, this bit.
So I know what you're thinking. Well, Shane wants to be cute and reference the Halloween scene from E.T., where they pretend, it's like a costume, just to hang around with people. In this case, it's the kid who has the Predator mask concealing his entire face, connect to what he said before. Well...
They even calls them the Loonies. How cute. Can we please just kill them already?
They all die by the end, right?
You're gonna have to wait and see, Dad.
You wanna make a bingo, like, list?
Like, okay, because it's Predator, I know how this feels. It's like the lead guy's gonna live, Olivia Munn is going to live, everyone else dies. That's how it always works.
Keep in mind, Dad, we're at the halfway point, and not a single one of our main party has died. That's
what the third act is for.
Also, they literally compared the Predator to Whoopi Goldberg because of dreads. Fuck you.
That's...
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Okay, I don't care what you say about any Predator movie before this. This is the worst just off of being offensive alone.
Yeah, that I told you. And mind you, the producer of the movie is John Davis, the same guy who was there from the very first one. I don't know what happened here.
So, yeah, the guys pretty much point out the obvious. Why do we need to chase this thing that will clearly kill us?
Yeah, it's like, Predators go after people who are threatening, dangerous.
Yeah, it's not their fight.
Like, unless they assume, oh, the Predator is going to out hunt innocent people because it's like they don't know how this thing works, that would be more believable. But Olivia Munn's character.
Wait. How does his wife know all this confidential information?
Also, it's kind of paraphrased, but they're kind of quoting the Navy SEALs copy pasta, and I'm like, that's cute, Shane, but not enough.
Okay. I mean, she is or was married to the guy, so maybe that's how she knows.
That's the thing, though.
She knows. It's just the way she said it, Lives.
Not only that, but she should not know that information due to, obvious confidentiality laws. Also, he takes a picture of the guy's son, and we never.
Okay, so that kid in the picture, he looks like that annoying kid meme.
So
annoyed kid.
So the reason they come is because he called them pussies, and nobody calls them pussy. Like,
man, he would not survive in Venom.
Again, why all the comedy? This is a Predator movie.
Also, this is the picture I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, Jova, because MCU, they have comedy, so that automatically means that's the secret to their success, right? Right, Pedro? That's what it means. That they have to be funny.
Well, the idea, the problem is that this isn't even Marvel style humor. Like, this is the kind of humor you see in shitty horror movies.
I wouldn't mind the comedy. I want more emphasis on comedy in a film like this. But the comedy, aside from like one or two bits, isn't funny.
Let me also put it this way.
Here we go.
First.
Here are the boys again,
please tell me he accidentally fires a laser beam or something. Also, what kind of parents
420, really, Shane?
Oh, wait, here we go. A stoner throws something at him, and that immediately prompts the helmet to fire, kill the guy, and blow up his house.
Okay, to be fair, okay.
No, that is not how the helmet worked. If that were how the helmet worked, then every time the Predator got attacked, the lasers would have automatically have done it.
Alright, now in terms of karma, I mean, the guy threw something at a kid, so fuck him.
That's also the thing with the scene is supposed to hint that the bullies are getting the comeuppance.
And the kid uses that to scare them. Remember that, because... And he tosses the helmet away, you idiot.
And again, you know, the whole, I mean, the Predators, I'm pretty sure, you know, the Predators, a race that thrives on hunting, would upgrade their tech to be able to hunt more efficiently.
This is okay. So this is a legit criticism. Since the child is autistic, correct?
Yes.
That's Asperger. He's not literally the same age, but you're onto something.
But he's going on Halloween by himself. Why
because
isn't the parent?
Because the mother is neglectful, as we have established.
Dark Lord,
this is still terrible. That's still irresponsible.
Dark Lord Shadow 1 had a field day with that. Like, seriously.
Also, hi, doggy.
But it's okay. Now he and the dog are on more friendly terms, even though that dog has terrorized him before in this movie. Why? I don't know.
See, I don't even remember seeing this dog. That's how. Oh my god.
It was literally like a throwaway thing.
I wonder if this is part of those reshoots and original script business.
No, it's also because the Predator dog is actually showing up.
And again, like, it's like they don't even want to acknowledge predators because these dogs are not also, the Predator dogs from before.
Thanks to that crotch shot, Shane.
Do you think maybe it's because, like, there's different kinds of dogs, there's different kinds of predator dogs?
It might be possible.
Yeah. It's possible, but, again, given the fact that there's more or less no other reference to predators, I'm not gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, the police is here.
No, those are the loonies.
Yeah, they just stole a police car.
And the Predator dogs just stand there. What even is this?
Getting either bouncing off or getting riddled with bullets.
Like, at least the Predator dogs and Predators, you know, act like a competent
out.
Apparently.
Oh look! Now that he's running, they start chasing after him.
I'm just curious as to why didn't they just run him over the car?
They actually tried.
Oh, they did.
Okay, that's more effective, I suppose. There we go.
Oh god, those effects look terrible.
Yeah, they actually did look... They're not on par with the rest of the movie. What happened here?
Oh, don't worry, Tio. When it comes to the bad effects...
Hold on.
Punch him in the face. Oh.
No, worse. It's not even killing. He literally just, like, lobotomizes
him. And now the dog just wants...
He's on their side?
Okay.
Basically.
So, get this. Here's part of the reason
And look at that, he's just hanging around like that. What the fuck is going on?
So, it may stress you to know, but part of the reason for the redesigns is because they wanted the Predator dogs to look cute. Because they knew one would later be working with them. So, we gotta make it look cute, I guess.
It's just dumb.
Dare you not risk your life and get my sample?
There's your sample.
Oh god, here we go. Okay, so now the Predator's probably about to kill one of our party members.
Let me blew something up.
What?
Yeah, he literally asked her to put their arms down.
That is not how a Predator works. Also, why is it that explosions and gunfire are suddenly not...
What?
Hey, guys, remember
Tourette
how...
is funny to get out of weird... Dej, Tourette is funny to get out of weird situations, don't you know?
Yes, the Tourette syndrome was literally used as a plot point in MacGuffin to get out of it. And it still is going to get worse. But guys, remember how Rory was obviously distressed, like paralyzed by loud sounds early in the movie? Well, now suddenly with gunfire and explosions, he's fine. Doesn't respond to it at all.
That's because he gained confidence by blowing up a person's house.
No, that's because he's with his dad. That's all.
Which,
it has
by the way,
nothing to do with that. Oh, look now!
Oh, yeah, I know.
Which, by the way, just like Lord Jado said, congratulations for pushing a potential narrative, on people on the spectrum being potential serial killer. Thanks, movie.
Oh, yeah. The kid kills something thing. Remember that for later, too.
The kid gets arrested at the end, right?
That's not Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Tej. You wish it would be.
Okay. I know I've said it before, but here it comes. Are you ready for one of the crowning moments of stupidity?
Of the entire movie.
Okay, how about this? I'll just throw you a bone. Arnold actually does play a role in this movie.
I wish.
He plays Sir not appearing in this film.
Okay, believe it or not, I've got a bit of a fun fact about Arnold Schwarzenegger's potential participation in this film, but that more so has to do with the end, and oh god. Okay, this is where the movie is about to pull a Jurassic Park 3 on us.
What?
You'll see. So, yeah.
An even bigger predator comes to the
the super predator.
A CGI monstrosity.
Look at it, Pedro.
Actually,
it's bigger, better, and extra strong.
Here's a fun trivia about this movie. One of the guys who, well, it's not fun, but one of the guys who played the Predators, his name is Brian A. Prince. He actually worked with Ryan from VSC when they were working at MomoCon. And he's like super huge. Like I think 6'5" or something.
Oh,
like
hey,
that.
doggo.
Look, that's more interesting than what's going on screen. Okay.
Oh,
you'd wish it was just boring.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. The Spinosaurus was actually a real dinosaur. To be the problem is that throughout the Jurassic Previous that they built up the T-Rex and then just suddenly had the Spinosaurus.
There you go.
The original Predator is dead, killed very unceremoniously.
And there you go.
That's the poster shot.
That scene is the best way to sum up this movie. Very good.
So, Jurassic Park 3.
So, guys, you know how the Predator is often, lauded for being a practical effect each time? Well, enjoy a god-awful CGI mess, because the CGI with our new Super Predator is god-awful.
It's just, no, see...
Wait, are they trying to go with the plot point from Predators, where there's...
The different cast? No, surprisingly enough, no. Predator eliminated tracking stolen cargo. Sure.
Dej, you wish, but no. Like, that's the thing. This is a completely different Predator, and it's done from different means.
You've also noticed that there you go. His cranial structure is not the same as the higher casts from Predators, so maybe they wanted to reference that, but they did not even committed much about it.
See, here's the thing, though. Is like if the Spinosaurus had been the antagonist dinosaur since the beginning of Jurassic Park 3, that would have been fine. The problem is the way they do it and where he takes over from the T-Rex.
Not only that, but as I mentioned during our commentary of it, that Spinosaurus was basically just this new archaeologist wanting to laud the Spinosaurus as the true predator, whereas the T-Rex was supposedly just a scavenger, when all that turned out to be historically inaccurate. Well, biologically inaccurate.
I mean, did we know that by 2001?
That's why he said in 2001 we didn't, but now we know.
Which, again, not only makes it bad, but just hilarious in hindsight. Oh, God. I'm guessing this isn't a scene from the original movie.
No, because the entire team is still here, even though everyone has changed clothes.
Also, why does that guy look like a discount Johnny Depp?
I don't know, that.
It's been bothering me. This is probably the most painful hour that I've experienced just watching these movies.
It gets worse.
How does it get worse?
You'll see, Dej. You see, that's the miracle of this film. Every time you think it's as bad as it can get, it finds a way.
You see, not even looking at this in the context of the Predator lore and whatnot, what's been established. Look at it in its own merits. This is pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it's that special kind of movie that everyone alike can hate. And you want to know what's amazing? On Rotten Tomatoes, both the critical score and audience score are 33%. Now,
that's way too high.
That's beautiful.
Yes, audiences and critics
synergy.
were in sync with how bad this movie was. And I know what some people may say, well, technically this movie got a higher critical reception than Predator 2 did. Yeah, here's the thing, Predator 2 may have gotten 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that was like from 27 or 30 reviews. This got 33% based off of 294 reviews, so, yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say more people hated this movie.
At least the cast in Predator 2 was actually good.
Exactly.
At least Predator 2 tried to not offend many people.
At least Predator 2 tried to tell a story.
At least Predator 2 built
the direction it went, but it's still, at least they still
tried. And you know what? So one more thing. At least Predator 2 built on the lore instead of destroying it like this movie is about to. Okay, here we go. That is human spinal fluid that she pulled out of the Predator who had human DNA.
Are Predators secretly humans that got mutated or something?
Nope. Here we go. Just listen.
The ideal of a hunt.
Yes.
I
love what Quinn said. You're pulling this out of your ass. AKA what everyone said to Shane Black when he mentioned this plot point.
And Fred Decker.
See, the idea is that the Predators are not really hunting any more people for just sport or just ripping their spines and their skulls for sport. No, it's because they can extract their spinal fluid.
Oh, here we go! So,
oh my god.
Dwibs, let me repeat that line for you, what Olivia Munn said. You know, experts say that autism isn't really a disorder, but the next step in the evolutionary spectrum.
Fuck you.
It's basically, she just said that people with autism are essentially X-Men.
Okay, question. What source did Shane Black and Fred Decker get that information from?
His ass.
Yeah, it was about to mention.
Well, their asses.
Experts do not say anything of the goddamn sort that autism is a superpower.
And when exactly? And how long did it take people who first read that quote when it was new to laugh at it?
I don't know, but it apparently got through. This is unbelievable. So
also, regardless of a very decent of a statement or not, this is a movie that doesn't even deserve minimally to mention that line.
But okay, but let's go back to the big retcon here. So apparently, all this time, predators weren't, hunting us for sport or anything. Yeah. No. They were hunting us to get the DNA of the best soldiers ever. So Shane Black's character in the original movie, no. He was the best of the group, so his DNA had to come first. Brilliant. Except, no!
Again.
We literally saw them terrorize their prey, collect those body parts, clean them down to the bone. Nothing suggested they were harvesting our spines and spinal fluid for a goddamn science project.
Yeah, Joe, but okay, since Skulls is a prequel, I can imagine if we get another film set after this. What makes you want to bet that one of the first scenes?
Oh wait, hold on, Dibs. I gotta stop you. We got another.
It's like the majority of predators just find the ship that the ones in this film are and just blow them out of the sky. Like, no, you're being impure.
So who was it that mentioned something about humanity going extinct or whatnot? Because here's retcon number 2. Oh my god.
What does...
Except they got restocked. This doesn't mean what you think it means, Shane.
Sure.
So
this, how are they gonna live there if we have our?
Not just that, which is also why we're kidnapping people and putting them, in their sport arena on their planet, like Predators did.
Oh wait, it's almost like Predators doesn't exist now. Again, you see what I mean about this movie? Pretty much ignoring Predators. Like again, different.
Okay, which is worse, this or wait? Which came out first, this one or that Aliens movie?
Covenant.
Resurrection?
Resurrection came in the 90s.
Covenant came out first in 2017.
Okay, yeah. It's because it's just...
Also, Penny Arcade poster.
It feels like both movies kind of just retconned each other to have...
Okay. To give Covenant credit... From what I understand, Covenant was trying to undo the damage.
Crotch shot. Killed by a crotch shot.
Okay, I haven't seen Covenant, but from what I've heard, Covenant was trying to undo the damage that Prometheus did to the franchise.
And in the process, he made an even bigger mess.
Oh, God.
I can assure you that Prometheus is fucking gold compared to Covenant.
Oh, hey, Pikachu.
Also, Pikachu.
Also...
Best part of the movie.
Which is funny because if this was meant to advertise Detective Pikachu, Fox weren't the ones releasing that.
I know this movie came out in 2018, but when?
July.
19.
Sorry,
okay, yeah, but like we didn't get
September. September.
Yeah, we didn't get the trailer for Detective Pikachu the day Stan Lee unfortunately passed away. So it was like I believe it was in the fall.
Oh, who is this?
Because autistic people just know this stuff.
No, remember, I think he saw it thanks to the helmet when he put it on.
And he was able to decipher that all. Because this movie suggests that autistic people get alien stuff.
That wasn't as cool as you thought. Remember the fact that, the Predator dog is lobotomized, so what's he gonna do now?
A grenade!
He vomit a grenade that's gonna be useful for our characters to use to escape.
And she manages to fight off a trained soldier with a chair, of course.
The proud forces of the United States, everyone.
Even blows him up with a grenade. Because she's just that awesome.
Or the literally twisted.
I'm serious. It's like,
wait a minute, hold on.
Her hand should have gotten blown up, or it should have broke.
Wait a minute. Upon talking about the next step in the evolutionary process, Psylocke, are you secretly trying to pull an agenda?
Also, I know what you're thinking. Wow, that scene with the Predator dog vomiting grenade was incredibly contrived and, very specific for our character to escape. Thankfully, this movie will actually not do that a second time in a row, actually, right?
Oh god, that scene.
And there he goes. Seriously.
I'm sure we'll never see it again.
Okay, so your neighbors, KCK the fuck out of here, brackets.
Chinese menu did.
So supposedly our new super predator is a hybrid of everything dangerous, and that's why he's a giant CGI monster. And oh god. So let's just talk about the big problem here. They essentially this new predator is a bullet sponge. Gone are the predator's tact and use of predator statistics and strategies. Now it's just a bullet sponge. Like,
oh my god.
What's with this core?
None of them die in this, do they? Oh god.
Wouldn't that just be terrible?
Man, oh god.
Oh my god.
Man.
Oh my god, did you sound horrified at the idea that none of them die?
I just realized how long this movie is. Like, oh god,
so far only minor soldiers have died.
Okay, so can we also talk about this? Why did they have to chop this movie up to the point where it's this short anyway? Like, is it just some unwritten rule that a Predator movie has to be around 90 minutes? Because I get the feeling they made things way harder for them than it needed to be.
Also, this speech is just no.
And even the dog's following, of course.
How enthusiastic. Okay, I think it's actually now time to talk about the ending. Essentially, Dweebs, like this were mentioning, originally the ending was supposed to be shot on day, and it was to be basically a fight between Sniper Guy and whoever remained on this team versus the bad guy.
But the executives were impressed by the effects, because the effects were so solid before.
You want to know what I love?
Regardless, it was strongly implied that the Predator was going to die anyway at the 2/3 mark.
Okay, so you want to know what I love about what Shane Black had to say about this? His public excuse that he made was that, well, you see, Predator always works best when it's in the dark here, you know? Like, well, it's always used best when it's dark and it's concealed and whatnot. First of all, Shane, did you see AVP 2? The last thing we needed was more darkness. And second, hey, Shane, you remember the original Predator movie? The one that had the Predator clearly visible in broad daylight in several moments of it?
To be fair, the final battle did take place during the night.
But that's the thing. His excuse was that supposedly Predator always needs the night on its side. Like, you'll notice this?
Does it?
That's what he said. Again, anyone with a brain would know that's BS.
Oh, listen, I think now it's an improv line.
Oh, God.
What, so the model?
No.
I wish.
Again, believe it or not, the retcons have not ended yet.
It's not even a record, it's just the delivery, I think.
Let me guess. They're all secretly clones.
Hold on.
That thing.
What was that laughter?
I don't even.
He's just done with this and just laughing at the script.
That's not a laughter, that's like your stomach reaction. Yeah, that's also another thing. As cartoonish as he is, this villain is not intimidating in the slightest.
Yeah, he looks too friendly.
Oh.
Remember, he ingested the invisibility pill.
I was wondering when that plot point was going to come up.
Oh. Also, the kid is just seeing people die left and right and is perfectly okay now.
You know, regardless
no
of the
traumas.
I just want to remind you that the kid also talked about how you kill people, Daddy. This was after the fact that the kid killed someone and spooked off the bullies with it as well. Hypocrisy much?
But it's like, shouldn't the kid still be scared?
But that's
this all happened in the span of, what, 2 hours?
At least this movie can begin to come to a close before any more damage to the franchise is done. Wow, he's just that evil.
Then again, I do applaud the fact that he's not negotiating in a hostage-like situation. It's still not enough. Doesn't have an oops.
Oh.
There you go, Dad.
It shot off his arm. It shot off his arm, just like in the original movie. Remember? Remember that?
Wait, did I miss a really dumb line from the sniper?
Yeah.
No.
Wait.
I'm a sniper, just get me closer.
Oh God, that line. Hey!
I mean, you're a sniper. Whoever heard of a sniper that was right up close to his prey?
I don't think Shane Black knows what a sniper is supposed to be.
I don't think... does Shane Black actually know anything?
Well, that's the thing. All the films he did before were at least solidly decent. I don't know what the fuck happened here.
Well, whatever happened, it left a deep mark because he has not done a film ever since this film. Like,
Let me see just to be sure.
It's a shame, honestly.
Don't you mean a Shane?
No, I'm not. Tio, you can't complain about bad jokes in this movie, then do one yourself.
I'm not claiming that mines are better.
Honestly, Tio, yours aren't as offensive as Shane's. There you go. So yeah, again, you know, remember how Predators had to actually think tactfully because they were just as vulnerable as us? This one's just a bullet sponge who can soak it up. Isn't that endearing and cool?
Well, I guess, like I said, I get upgrades, but
it just
it's
makes...
more the question: was this? Well, this is an ideal outcome. Was this what the franchise was in need of?
And again, the CGI looks terrible. Good Christ!
Yeah, wasn't this the reason why Fox wanted this bit filmed at night to avoid the CG looking bad? I mean, the CG still looks bad, so it kind of fails.
Again, I do remember at least there was at one point where the script did not even have the Super Predator, and the original Predator just died 2/3 in, and the rest of the movie was humans fighting each other.
Well, no,
yes,
no.
really.
I feel like there was still going to be like the Predator experiments, and the ultimate Predator, aka this big Predator, was going to still be the final boss. But there was going to be a bigger fight with the bad guy, but it did. No duh.
You're the smart scientist.
Oh, this. Now watch.
No.
The Predator is about to reverse engineer the translator device that he normally uses. Hold on.
Here we go.
So, let's...
Oh my god. Predators don't enjoy watching their prey kill each other. They want to kill their prey. But the true warrior is who he wants. And he wants basically the one called McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the kid.
Obviously, he would probably mean Quinn, who's the actual leader of the army, Dwibs. If he was talking about the kid, that would be one of the most dumbest things ever.
You don't know what time advantage is.
Brilliant.
Just...
That's the thing. That's one thing weird about these movies. Okay, I get scientists in one field not fully understanding the workings of another field. Because you know, like say chiropractors are different from vets and so on. But you don't know what time difference is.
Good lord.
So, truce.
I've got to say they came to that truce pretty quickly.
Given the circumstances, I guess.
The terrible comedy in this movie is making me appreciate the Addams Family 2 more. even more. Like what?
Oh, hey!
Oh, look at that!
Because speaking of 33%, Jova, Addams Family 2 has 32% critic score on Rotten, and I can tell you...
We'll watch it later, Fraser.
And I can tell you these two movies are in no way comparable.
But yeah, notice also the fact that the Prowdog is being closed up in the van with a piece of equipment. Again, I'm sure it will not be important for later.
Oh god, again, that goes back to something I told you guys to remember from the start of the movie, because... believe it or not, the stupidity has not ended yet.
And yeah, just to get us some kind of advantage, the bad guy has mounted a Predator-like shoulder cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fair enough.
Okay. Don't get me wrong, the sequel is not as good as the first one, but it's still on par.
Also, you notice from the shot that the dog Predator manages to escape, so it's still alive.
But will live.
Oh.
It amazes me how Hollywood can make movies that are so completely opposite extremes of quality and yet get the exact same critic reaction.
It's like journalism have changed for the worse with each passing years.
I guess to be fair, it does
depend.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Journalism always sucked. Like if you can go back.
Yes, but the internet has functioned as an amplifying chamber for everything. Also, why did you shoot your old man?
Oh, because he was being too loud, and shooting him with a gun will totally quiet him out. Oh, dear lord, that's CGI. Oh god, that's CGI. What is this, food fight?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. They shot this at night to try and avoid people noticing how shitty the CGI is.
And then they put a spotlight. They put a spotlight on it, for Christ's sakes.
Well, I mean, apparently this isn't what Shane Black wanted, filming at night.
See, that's the thing. That's where you're committing that fallacy. Like, technically, that's always been like that. It's just that the internet only allows you to see it, but technically, it was always there. It was always like this. It's just that
I also want to believe that it wasn't always like this bad.
Sorry, Tail, but that's the sad truth. I know it's hard. I know you want to try to keep some kind of innocence, but trust me, it always was like
okay.
That. It just.
Say you were comparing like the Addams Family to this. I'm sure.
No, what I'm saying, the reason
I was going to say
because...
in terms of critical reception, I'm sure
yeah,
they were done by
both movies
by different people altogether.
Yeah, both movies have two critic scores separated by only 1 point. And I can tell you that.
Are we about to get
were they all reviewed by the same people?
Oh, hold on, Joe. I want to see if the others noticed them on their own. Just keep going, guys.
Go on.
Deads just have a point that they were probably reviewed by different people, and there were probably different contexts as to why they were scored by. Also, would depend on how many people review them, too. Yes, like, that's totally gonna get the Predator to come out to you.
No, you obviously don't. Also, remember how
is this supposed to be a callback to the first movie?
No, so not just that. Remember how in the previous movies the characters always fought the Predators with different kind of weapons of all kind? Here, basically everyone is an M16. The only difference is the actual human bad guy who has the shoulder cannon.
How generic. And yet, it still is going to get worse.
Okay, fighting-wise, I had to guess it's probably the best part of the movie, but that's not really saying much considering everything.
Okay, no. Why does the Predator have, like, vision like that when he's not wearing a helmet?
He's an advanced Predator.
None of the advancements...
He's Predator 2.0.
None of the advancements suggest that he's a cyborg, okay? At most, it was genetic stuff. What genetic species out there is part computer?
Cyborgs?
Well, maybe if cyborgs were established to be a thing in this universe, maybe, but no. Well, okay, at least not at this point in time, mind you. Oh boy, we'll get to that.
Also, that was clearly a lucky shot.
But again, the Predator just shrugs everything off, so, like...
Okay, fire seems to be more effective.
Fire can't stop me.
And yet he's still going.
Okay.
So Bax does the smart thing, of course, going at him with a knife, and there's the bad guy dead.
Yeah.
He's
it's a
dead.
In this moment, like incompetence.
He's dead because his shoulder cannon hit him in the head. What even?
And also, Logan died the same way. Foxa, you're trying to reference that.
And in the previous year.
So okay.
You see, here's the thing. Logan had a lot of emotion and build up to that.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So here's the thing. So here's the thing about Traeger's death. They literally had to digitally edit that scene to have his head explode.
Because it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Wow, how was he supposed to die?
We don't know.
We just know it wasn't originally supposed to be that. So they shoot each other to put themselves out of their misery.
And that's also the
thing. The Predator isn't even the one who kills them. They kill them.
Kill each other.
And it's not even that to do with the. There's also the fact that the bad guy shooting himself accidentally. That's not even called out for the rest of the movie. The characters just ignore what happened because it was actually altered. So obviously the script wasn't reworked to include that. So stop with the music.
Okay, so he's got McKenna. What's he gonna do now? Throw him away.
I don't like you anyway.
Also, I can see what Jova says.
About Apocalypse.
Also, I can see what Jova says about the CGI because in some shots the movement is very different from others.
So it turns out he wants the kid after all.
Because apparently he thinks the kid is the
no, wait, listen to this.
Great warrior.
Can you
Yep.
stop that?
So basically, the Predators want to, and I kid you not, weaponize autism. Like,
no.
Fucking brilliant.
So, I just want to point out, this is essentially a 4chan script now. Literally weaponized autism.
Jova. I can assure you, /TV will come up with something better than this. Still raunchy, but better than this.
Okay. So let me rephrase. 4chan is officially laughing at you.
Yeah, it actually does.
Just
like,
what even? Okay. Yes, Twibs?
You know, guys, maybe it was for the best that within 6 months of this film's release, Fox was officially bought by Disney because, again, with such brilliant decision making as greenlighting a script like this, maybe I think they deserve to get bought out.
Again, they didn't get bought out; they sold themselves.
That's not all. Remember, Skulls entered in production before even the buyout, so Fox was still willing to go by continuing the franchise even after this. They just did not care.
Although I wonder what actually the film started development while this film was in production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they did come up with the concept in 2016. They just didn't enter development till the making of this film.
Hey, Dej, you think it's bad now? It's gonna get worse later. Oh, goody.
Ooh.
Well, okay.
Why would you shoot at it, you moron? And there he goes. Yeah, that's the thing. Suddenly the party gets killed off in these silly fashions. And it's like, it's so last minute. And again, most of them aren't even done by the Predator. It's like how in the first Resident Evil movie, how a lot of people got killed by lasers before the zombies. But at least that movie eventually did have the zombies do the killing.
Also, I gotta say, I don't think Dan Trachtenberg is going to be having too much pressure on his shoulders to do better than this film.
Tio?
Oh, yes, I saw Die Hard too.
Tio?
Also, hold on, Joe. So, yes, Deji, you called it. Everyone else actually did die, just in a horrible pacing way.
And not
yes,
even
Joe.
by the Predator.
Third act.
Hey, Tio, maybe I'm stupid, but of all things on a ship, shouldn't the engines have been shielded?
That's the thing. I think the idea is that because it was already damaged by the grenade, the force field did not cover it that much.
If that was the case, it's not explained well. But all the same,
it's more like it's not shown properly.
You know what? I'm not gonna give this movie the benefit of a doubt because it has not earned it in the slightest.
So Dan. I know you might feel like you got a lot of pressure in the terms of making Skulls just like any other movie, but after this film, you're not going to have much in the way of pressure of trying to be better than this film.
Let me put it like this.
Take that as reassurance.
It would take concentrated effort to make a worse Predators movie than this.
You underestimate my power.
Okay, look, like I said, it's not impossible, but God help you if you manage to make a worse movie than this.
Okay, Jova, here's my pitch for a Predator movie. The Predator randomly sings after he kills somebody. There.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Tell me this, Ditch. Do you honestly find that weird than weaponizing autism? Do you find that worse than weaponizing autism?
No. You're right.
So what's it going to be called? What's it going to be called? A very predatory Christmas Carol?
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Think about it. A movie where the Predator sings after killing its prey would have been less dumb than this movie. Just consider
honestly, the only way a Predator sequel can be... Sorry, go on, David.
See Major Predator.
Okay, Jova. In that case, might as well go for the question. What is more offensive, this or Detroit Become Human?
This.
I hate that I have to say it, but this. Like,
at least Detroit Become Human was his own piece of shit.
And also, it only like one major problem, and it's like racist subtext.
Although, to be fair, that was a thing throughout the entire story, but still. And don't get me wrong.
This is a product that covers literally everything you can imagine, and not in no way in an entertaining kind of way.
Yeah, you weren't good. Of course she manages to somehow get him on the head. For real. Olivia Munn, yes, totally.
Also, for this climax, did they go transporting to the set of Kong Skull Island? Oh, look at that! The Fred dog came back again and vomited again at the Deus Ex Machina, but will allow her to be freed again.
And look at that! His arm was taken off.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to up the ante. What is worse, this or Freddy got fingered?
Pedro.
Yes,
Pedro.
Actually, I have an answer. Freddy got
Deji, I'm asking a question, okay? I'm allowed to ask questions.
I do have an answer. Freddy Got Fingered is its own, original IP. It's not even intended as a parody movie. This is tarnishing a pre-existing product.
Okay.
Finger doesn't even count. That's not even a movie. That's just.
Well, would you consider this a movie?
And
yes, I consider a movie a very bad movie.
And there's the Super Predator. Finally, it's about to die. Double tap, please.
But what about the Predator dog? Oh my god.
Really? Oh.
You didn't even...
Why did you ask then?
To reference previous and better movies.
We don't even get the scene of a Predator trying to, self-destruct.
Good.
So, again, what about the Predator dog?
Let me guess, the Predator dog doesn't show up again.
To you?
I forgot if he actually shows up before the credits or not. Oh, look at that. Treasures from the people
who gave their lives, and again...
By the way, you need therapy a lot.
Is it just me, or does he seem to care more about the loonies than he does his old team who died at the start of the movie because the original Predator killed them?
Yeah.
Contrived writing, methinks.
And remember
I don't think that's contrived.
And remember
just really sloppy.
And remember, the bad guy doesn't even get lunch. Oh, look at that! There was the Predator dog in the background.
I guess it's sticking with us.
Sure, why not?
Oh God, to honor their sacrifice.
Everyone rise up before the fallen.
Alright, almost done.
Believe it or not, there's still some more stupid to come.
Yeah, we have one.
He's the leader of a group that he was fighting.
Sure, whatever. Whatever
What's that expression?
Whatever.
There's gonna be
normally this is probably supposed to be like a post-credit scene, but they just awkwardly put it here.
Oh God. No.
His kid has a desk job.
His kid has a desk job at the... Okay!
How old is he?
Guys, okay, I know you probably forgot, but at the beginning of the movie, the normal Predator ship ejected something as a pod,
So supposedly this Predator, the original Predator, didn't come to hunt us, it came to help save us.
Uh-huh.
We didn't do a very good job communicating that, did it?
Reminder, he literally did the usual thing Predators do. By, hanging one of his troops, flayed alive and ripping out his spine. And that original Predator killed countless people, and he supposedly came to protect us.
Majova, I got it. Hanging people is his way of saying hello, and the killing is like the sign language of his world.
What do you think it must have been like? I don't feel saved by you ripping out my intestines. Be quiet, I'm in the middle of saving you.
But, alright, the moment of truth. Let's see what the original Predator wanted to gift us.
Oh boy.
Go Power Rangers.
You're not too far off the mark, but think more Iron Man.
Yeah, remember, Shane Black directed this.
Oh, here we go.
Please tell me it's a xenomorph.
I wish.
Okay, I can actually tell you about after the scene is. Anyway.
I actually do have a fun fact about that.
If it's the same one I'm going to say, then...
Hold on.
Oh, goody the Predator
What?
Killer. You'll see. Let's just say this plot point was one of the many, many, many things that had to be rethought of. What is
Is that Lilium Mon?
It's not even Arnold, I can tell you that.
Oh my god, it's...
It's gooey.
It's... a flying thing.
Let me approach this like the scientist I am.
That's what the people in Prometheus did.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally dormant.
Oh, it transforms them into predators.
There we go. It's an actual Iron Man suit designed to kill predators.
Like, this is the War Machine suit.
And it is a very try-hard design at that.
Yeah, exactly, it's like freaking Power Rangers.
Oh, but God, the slide coming up.
Go Power Rangers, is that what you said?
I wish.
Ha! Yep!
And that's how it ends.
We're totally gonna get a sequel, guys, about us taking the fight to the Predators.
With the really plain-looking credits.
And I can tell you that there's no post-credit scene, so
Okay.
the Predator Killer Iron Man will not be invited
So-
to the Fantastic Initiative.
So, okay, let's talk about the Predator Killer. See, the Predator Killer went for a few rewrites as to what it was gonna be.
And reshoots even.
Originally, the Predator Killer was going to be, I kid you not, Dutch. Yes, it was going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was supposed to be his cameo.
But he said no.
So then,
Good.
and here's where things get weirder, another idea they had was that the Predator Killer was going to be Ellen Goddamn Ripley from Alien.
Okay, wait, hold on. That actually sounds pretty cool.
Problem.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Here's the
at all.
problem.
No, it doesn't, but that sounds actually cool.
Here's the problem. She's from the future. It wouldn't have made sense. But get this, that wasn't the only other idea they had. The other idea they had was that it was going to be Newt from the Alien series, all grown up. You know,
And they actually filmed those scenes with a stunt woman double, Brianna Watkins, portraying the characters. But they were filmed, they just weren't used.
like, how are you gonna
I
bring...
guess-
I just have a question. How were you gonna bring back Newt from the dead if she was all grown up, given how, you know, Alien 3 happened?
Alien 3.
Oh, Aliens 3 is not canon.
That's not sadly not really. Again, the making the crossover with the Alien franchise had the unfortunate fact that it fucks up completely the Alien timeline because it just doesn't make any sense at that point.
So
think
instead we got a Power Rangers outfit.
An Iron Man suit actually lives. It fits with Shane Black in the main directing role.
so. Here's a question: why was that original Predator trying to save us as humanity? What
I guess he
reason did he
wanted
have?
to. He was Predator Jesus.
Apparently, and yet again, may I remind you, he hung up those two men by their entrails, killed mercilessly, like a predator normally does. And
Of course we think he was going to be hostile.
and he couldn't have just said, "Hey, I come in peace and all that crap. I brought a special weapon to help against my kind. We should get it because another predator is coming after me."
Yeah, final thoughts. Why not? Dweebs, please.
Well, that was rubbish.
Yeah, I told you.
Don't say.
Okay, I'll list the positives, which won't take me very long. The actors all do the best they have with what they're given. The direction in and of itself, aside from the CGI, is decent. And there were like 1 or 2 jokes I found funny. Then there's everything else. Nothing against Henry Jackman, but this music didn't really fit.
God, I forgot there was music at times.
Yeah, well...
Then again, given all the stupid to focus on...
Also, a lot of the CGI here, even the bits that were shot at night, the reshoots, maybe that's why they look shit. Because it was a reshoot, and typically stuff nearer the end of production gets less of a budget. But I mean, even stuff during the day still looks not very good at best, and just really horrible at worst. It's like, seriously, this film came out from a major studio in 2018,
and yet it has worse effects than a movie in 1987.
No, 2010. Seriously, Predators looks better than this, and that was produced by a guy who isn't really well known for good CGI effects. But really, the biggest issue with this film is the script. I have absolutely no idea what Black & Decker was smoking. Well, the funny story, Black & Decker is actually the name of a DIY brand around here in Britain. So, yeah. Wow, I just thought of that joke just now. Funnier than anything in the movie. Jova laughed, at least. So,
yeah.
Like, if it, I mean, even if there were no retcons from this movie, the film still would have sucked because none of the characters are engaging, like, at all. The action scenes are just there.
It literally got to the point where Dej was praying that they would get killed off, and he was horrified when it seemed that they were all going to live.
Again, I can tolerate a coincidence here and there because that happens in all movies. I mean, if we went by the logic some people have of a coincidence in a movie is a bad thing inherently, then by that logic, The Godfather is the worst film of all time. But the problem is they'll just pile on top of one another, and it just gets bizarre. And also there's all the stuff involving the retconning and everything. Like, I can get upgrading your tech to be more of a threat, but I think it was a bit too much too soon at this point. Like, they just found all the tech they needed, and bam, they're done. Like, what is there even to do at this point? Make a device where you can grow and pretty much squash the towns and cities you're invading. Who
knows?
Like, I mean, the only way this could be redeemed is if in the next movie, the actual, for lack of a better term, pure predators just basically blow these ones out of the sky because of their impurity and breaking everything they stand for and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that would fall into something Deji doesn't really like. Just hand waving stuff away just because people didn't like it. But I can't see any other way this could be fixed, to be honest.
Like, no, this is legit one of those kind of plots that needs to be retconned out of existence or explained the heck out of. Because when you get to the point...
On screen, though, you can't just off-screen it because people didn't like it, you know?
That said, though, when you get to the point where you're literally weaponizing autism, something just needs to go.
Yeah.
Well,
I will pull the retcon button and be like, okay, everything after the second movie never mattered.
Yeah.
Reboot.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Yeah.
I mean, so basically, Deji, you're arguing for a Halloween situation.
Basically.
Sure, yeah.
That might just be for the best part. Like, again,
that's not even really a reboot. That's like an
AU. Honestly, Dibs, I will save it for when you actually get to the Halloween franchise. But honestly, I'm actually wondering if at this point they're approaching like a point where they want to make a Halloween Generations where all timelines merge into a freakish abomination.
Hey, look. Wait.
Theo, so does
Theo,
that mean that one
crazy,
of them?
But you have to remember the multiverse is popular now, so that's possible.
Wait. Does this mean that we'll have 50 Cent come back and be the one who kills all the Michael Myers?
Wasn't that Buster Rhymes?
Never mind. Yeah. Does this mean we're gonna have Buster Rhymes be the one who kills Michael Myers? Because according to the original timeline, it took Buster Browns to put Michael Myers down
in a reality show.
Forever.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, overall this film sucks. It's easily the worst of the Predator films. And again, like I said, Dan, I know people say no pressure as a joke, but seriously, mate, you really do have no pressure with skulls.
Not just that,
it can't be worse than this.
Even though the poor guy, like I said, is only like very little under his belt, and the only one that's very noticeable is still 10 Cloverfield Lane. But also, one small trivia for you, Dweebs, before you're off. We mentioned the box office bomb. If you forgot, it also had a very terrible opening weekend of 24.6 million, reaching the new record for the worst opening weekend for a film on more than 4,000 screens, and yet it was such a slow movie weekend, but it was still number one.
There's some tragic irony there.
There is no justice in this fucking world.
So I guess the marketing people can say that at least. Like, it's not much of an unachievement.
But what the chart says.
Well, okay, I would say justice still did strike because this movie was technically a box office bomb, and once again, the franchise was put on ice to reevaluate what the hell we're doing.
Well, I mean, the skulls. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, you're done, Dweebs?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna make like half of these characters and just be disposed of.
Yeah.
Okay, Pedro.
Yeah.
Well, Pedro, was it bad like I told you it was?
No, it was worse. The plot makes no sense. The movie is terribly constructed with editing and pacing that makes again no sense. The characters are all annoying. The writing is offensive to everybody's senses, and like it was. This is on. We were talking about Fanforstic. This is on par, I will argue. Like, it's just that badly made. Like, although this is more offensive, I guess I'll give it. I guess I'll give that to Fanforstic. It wasn't as insulting as this.
That's it. You do have a point about it sharing a lot of fingerprints from Fanforstic. Terrible reshoots, a rushed development. I mean, granted, I guess this one wasn't made to keep the rights out of Disney's hands, unlike Fanforstic, but still, though, honor among thieves, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, this movie is absolutely atrocious, and I would never want to watch it again. Like I'm gonna pull a tail. I'm never watching this crap ever again.
I don't blame you. Right there with you.
Nah, don't worry, Dej. Like,
I don't want Shiri to get near at all to this movie. To be honest,
Shiri doesn't need to watch this.
Yes, we must protect her at all costs.
We already had Dweebs as our sacrifice, so no need for another.
Oh my God, Tia! This movie is why you were totally okay with Shiroi not doing the Predator franchise with us, because you knew this would come down eventually.
I mean, in a technical sense, I suppose. Come on, Pedro.
So yeah, gee, I can't for the life of me see why this movie destroyed the director's career. I mean, geez.
You know something, Pedro? I'm actually surprised that despite all of this and the fact that it clearly boasts at least a bit of ego, Shane Black did not even cameoed in any kind of way in this movie.
No, that is true.
Maybe a teeny tiny voice in the back of his head was saying, "Look, if your reputation is going to be in pieces as it is, it'll only make it worse if you immortalize yourself in this movie." Oh, God.
So yeah, it's horrible. Don't watch it under any circumstances. This is a Dragon Ball Evolution, Last Airbender, Fanforstic tier of atrocity.
Oh, wow.
Dragon Ball Evolution over this.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dejimon on that.
Dragon Ball Evolution is more entertaining and less offensive.
I guess it's shorter.
It's less offensive.
We have to keep.
For completely different reasons.
Well, actually, Joe, Dragon Ball Evolution does cast American actors in what are supposed to be Asian roles.
That is true. That is true. But again, we need to keep at the very, even on the very basic, Dragon Ball Evolution, because of probably also, definitely because of its rating and everything, doesn't go around making jokes about these kind of themes.
Yeah, like
And I guess this is a really shorter.
Predator, the Predator is definitely more offensive, like downright direct there.
What about Last Airbender?
Okay, Last Airbender is downright racist, and it's... Okay, look. Last Airbender is just as bad as the Predator, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. See, yeah, that's not. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Like, just someone please take over because my mind is gone.
So, within the span of a week, I have seen every Predator movie, barring the Aliens crossover.
Yeah.
I hate all of you.
I'm curious, Dej.
Are you gonna give
the first two?
The first one is fantastic.
I'm gonna kick all guess, Dej. Are you gonna give this one a 0, just like Freddy got fingered?
I'm gonna give it a 1.
Wow, you actually liked it better than Freddy got fingered.
No,
this movie's longer.
I didn't see a horse penis
or an elephant penis.
Yeah, I'm surprised with all the jokes and everything. We actually don't get to talk or see about Predator's genitalia.
Yeah, it's like, this movie is so condescending. I hate film. One thing I will always hate is treating your audience like idiots.
It's condescending while being crass itself. Like, you gotta love, the movie acts like it's all so wonderful smart. In the same movie that has the joke saying, oh, if your mom's vagina were a video game, it would be rated E for everyone. Like that's
what?
How highbrow of you.
I'm sorry, are we back in high school?
Yeah, seriously. I think even high school bullies would be telling you to get better insults.
It's funny because the actual bullies in these are surprisingly tame. Like you can tell, but it's not a Stephen King product, because otherwise they will be the more nasty people in the entire movie. But no, they don't do jack shit aside from one insult, and then you're scared off easily. They don't even get a comeuppance.
I need to know exactly what happened during this movie. That's like, okay, sure. Were they trying to take elements from everything and combine them into one?
Probably.
Kind of. Hey, just like hybridization.
It's not a bad idea, but it's like you needed someone that's not a hack to do it.
Also, Dej, remember, the movie took 4 years to be developed because of all the patchwork that they did. So, yeah.
So, Dej, I'm guessing your opinion of Shane Black has gone down after seeing this movie.
I don't think I've seen anything of Shane Black.
Iron Man 3?
No, I never saw that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, personally.
Huh. You're sadly not missing too much.
I'm sure it has its merits.
Just be sure,
probably, but it looks more interesting than 2.
Just be sure to watch it before Shang-Chi.
Definitely,
sure.
Yeah. It does have its merits, but it's still one of the weaker ones. That said, it's still I think because
this movie was using autism as a weapon.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the meanest thing I say.
Go on.
I hope everybody who was involved with the production of this film got fired.
Well, again, Shane Black has not had a movie to work on since this.
Not even on TV. It seems that his career has generally stopped.
Good.
I guess, to be fair, maybe part of it is the shame of being able to literally tank the franchise that he helped. Well, okay, he didn't help spawn it he technically did help spawn in the sense that he was a script doctor, but you get what I mean. He was there from the start.
We need to stop reviving franchises from the 80s.
No.
Early 90s. because it's like Terminator went downhill, Predator went downhill, Aliens went downhill. To
give Predator credit, I get where they're coming from in the sense that Predator is a franchise that ever since 2 has been trying to, find its good footing. And it does have loads of potential. Like, seriously, Predator is an interesting film. And I still do argue Predator 2 is good. Does it have its problems? Yes. It's just that after Predator 2 was where things started to get a little wonky. Predators came out, again, not necessarily a step in the wrong direction, but still it had issues. And then the Predator just pretty much threw out Predators, and yay, it threw homages to 1 and 2 to the point where one of the characters is literally the son of one of the main antagonists from 2. Yay. Oh yeah, and he's one of the few people left alive. But back to you, Dej.
What a disappointing piece of garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know how this got approved and how no one said, maybe you should stop.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing to argue against that. It really is baffling.
I'm not even angry. I'm just
disappointed.
Baffled.
Yeah. Or baffled, whatever.
Well, we can only go up from here, so hopefully anything we watch from this point is better.
Well, yeah, Alien vs. Predator is better than this movie. Alien vs. Predator 2 is still better than this movie, but it's gonna hurt.
Also, Dej, I recommend you to stick around potentially for a Halloween round. You might like some of those. Not all of them, though.
But, yeah, there you go, Dej. I did warn you about this movie, though.
I told you about the Predator, bro. I told you, dog.
So, Dej, would you say that this is the most catastrophic destruction of a franchise you've seen?
To get back to you on that.
Oh god, he has to think. Okay. You know what? I'll go next then.
Good.
My god, this film is insulting on so many levels. It's insulting to people with autism. It's insulting to people who think rationally. Seriously, what was Shane Black thinking? What were Fox thinking when they approved of this script here?
Oh, it's simple, Joe. They weren't.
It's not even a case that they wanted money, because, yeah.
I mean, jeez Louise. Christ on a bicycle. This movie. Okay, the plot holes. There are too many to count. The retcons are some of the worst I've seen for a long-running franchise. You turned unique predator aliens into gene-hunting DNA splicers. What the hell? Ignoring the fact that their actions never reflected that whatsoever. Oh, God. And you know what? Forget how this movie spits in the face of Predator logic in general. It can't even keep its own logic consistent. Oh yeah, the Predator who was here to save humanity started it by killing a good portion of humanity. What the hell? And then there's the Predator, the Super Predator. The CGI aberration which spits in the face of all the hard work put into the practical effects of the actual Predators. Just storms in and looks ugly, even at nighttime because they shot a spotlight on him at times. And even still, we get a fight scene with him at day, so...
Yay.
Yay? Olivia Munn's character is insufferable. And then she kind of just gets dropped off from the movie in the end. Like, she's not even at the secret facility in the end. She's just gone.
Because it's a reshoot.
I can't even tell if she was...
It's kind of like Jovan. It's kind of like how Dark Phoenix completely forgets about Moira McTaggart.
Yeah, and like... Were they planning for her to be a big thing? Like, she constantly talks up a storm, but then when the time comes for her to actually do something, she fails. Remember, she shot herself in the foot with a tranquilizer gun. That's how...
Ow.
Oh, well, I mean, no. I mean, honestly, Dad, everybody pretty much deserves a big L in this movie. Like... Even the characters who just get killed off in the last minute because they realize we're in a Predator film, except the Predator isn't even really the one that kills them off. Like, again, holy cow. For how awesome this new Predator that killed the Predator we all know and love is, he doesn't really do a good job cleaning up the main cast. In fact, I think he only managed to kill one of the main cast.
The sniper guy, yeah.
I'm a sniper, just get me close. Yeah, so many lines do not work in this movie. They don't make sense if you think of them as jokes. They don't make sense if you think of them as serious plotting. Just nothing in this movie works. Nothing. No ideas are good. Nothing works.
Nope.
And again, weaponizing autism. One of the goddamn jokes you see off of 4chan is a serious plot point. Now, in the franchise of Predator, like, I don't care how crass you are, you have got to know you will not be taken seriously doing something like that. Like, holy cow. On this show, we've seen some stupid retcons, but this one threatens to take the cake. And then some. So yeah, at the end of the day, the Predator seems to have followed a trend of just nuking franchises because we think we're geniuses.
Hooray.
Tio, close us out with your final thoughts.
This is just horrendous. I honestly think the only thing that could have made this movie worse or sequel to this worse, if they have Dutch Schwampre Arnold Schwarzenegger for literally 1 minute tops, and then have the Super Predator right behind him, kill him, and start raping his corpse while spouting homophobic slurs. That's literally the only thing that you can do to make things worse than this.
Jesus.
Because this is just... Okay, I had to question, beyond everything else that everything has mentioned, what was John Davis' thought process? I know that the guy had a habit of producing some bad movies like Eragon, Norbit, or Garfield Tale of Two Kitties, but he was there from the very first movie. Hell, the first Predator movie was his literal first role as a producer. You probably should pay a bit more respect to the franchise that made your career started, other than greenlighting whatever the fuck came out of Shane Black's mind.
And yet Shane Black somehow... Well, yeah, both...
Unless I'm using again like an equivalence thing, unless you're telling me that this is the tame version and originally was supposed to be even worse than that.
If this is
Jesus.
the better version, then... I'm really not surprised that... You know what? Honestly, I'm going to say it. Disney buying Fox may have been overall a net improvement. Yes, Disney themselves make their dumb decisions, but I think even... Okay, all the stuff with Mulan does sort of put into question what Disney would do, but I don't think they do something this blatantly stupid.
We'll just have to see, Jova. But let me also say some positive might as well. I don't think the score was too bad. But again, that's not really a high bar. It's just there. It's not memorable. It's very Star Warsy, but it's not offensive or anything particularly bad. I like some of the acting, not all of them. There's that weird fucking performance laughter by Sterling K. Brown, where he just has that awkward laughter. Yeah, see, I don't even know what that was supposed to be in terms of comedy. I like the idea of having Gary Busey's son as the in-universe, character son. I like that, and the very least that character is not really misrepresented, so at least there is something positive in that kind of sense with continuity, And I like the practical effects at the very least for what little they are. I don't think the CGI was too bad in every single shot, but it's very noticeable, especially as the movie goes on. It's kind of like it deteriorates as it goes on. Everything else, however, is just... Nah, I'm sorry. Like, the acting for main characters is not really on par. The material they had to work with is just awful. Like, we went through great length in telling how awful it is. So there is that. I guess we should be really thankful that at the very least the introductory scene of Olivia Munn's character got cut away because of the implication, because of the past of the actor involved. Because seriously, what in the fuck? And even the plotting itself, even as a movie on its own, a sci-fi movie on its own, it's just very stupid. Like Jova said, weaponizing autism. Do you have any kind of tact? Again, I have to reiterate, it shows a lot when South Park, the cartoon that was made purposefully to be offensive to piss off people with its humor, manages to have more tact. Because guess what? Trey and Matt, at least for the most part, managed to know how to write that dark humor. Shane, and to an extent also Fred Decker, you don't. Go back to school. Thank you.
It says something that Mahler's video on this movie was pretty much half of it him assuring people that, yes, somebody actually wrote this. A paid studio salary was given for this script.
But again, I also recommend Dark Lord Shadow's review, even if I mentioned it as it's not super perfect. I really enjoyed the format that he did.
I also recommend Decker Shadow's review of it too.
But let me quickly end this because it's just like, again, this is just awful, plain and simple. The worst movie in the franchise, bar none. It's not even like a contest or anything.
No.
And I honestly believe that no matter what Skull does, it's gonna get better from here. Like, no matter what happens, it's gonna get better. It's not even a case of saying, well, maybe episode 9 will be better than episode 8, but then it went at best on its same level. No, I genuinely believe Skulls is gonna be better in this movie, no matter what happens, even if it's still a bad movie. So look forward to that when it comes out. Now I need to take a shower. See ya.
See ya.